Hello, we are back in downtown Grand Rapids at the Glints of Africa Festival. And today we've been speaking with authors that have a very powerful connection with Africa. And our next speaker is a very inspiring young man. He goes by the name of Osman Koroma, and his book is titled Bleed. Osman, it's good to meet you, sir.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for sharing your time with us. And before we get into the book Bleed, please share with us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so my name is Usman. I was born in Liberia, which is in the west coast of Africa. However, I really never experienced my country. I left when I was 3 months old because of the civil war, and I lived in two different countries. I moved to the US with my family, my dad, and my sister, when I was 15 for high school, and now I am going to Western Michigan University for my master's.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. And so please take us back um, as to what inspired the book and your current state right now with respect to what you want us to take from this awesome book called Bleed.
Yeah, Bleed, first of all, is like a in body of poetry that highlights and give details of my life and my family life as a refugee. I'm living in refugee camps, growing up, and how that situation was and how it shaped me as a person. Just the things that we had to overcome growing up, like childhood was different than I'm used to now. So it's just, yeah, the experiences, and it also highlights the beauty of Africa. So it's not just like the struggles, but it also highlights like the celebration and the life, the enjoyment of living. Um, and yeah, day to day, and also highlights the struggle of living as a refugee.
Thank you. Back specifically to the book, as I got a chance to review it, you reference how many individuals, and in particular your own family members, were murdered, were raped, and how you witnessed so much devastation that you made a reflection that perhaps losing your eyesight was perhaps was good because it just allowed you not to see so much more devastation. Can you please elaborate a little bit what you meant by that?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a good question. Yeah, it was challenging. Like I grew up, I was like born with cataracts, returning to glaucoma because of poor medical condition. And as you said, I did saw a lot of things that no childhood or no one who growing up as a child should experience. And it was different, but like going blind was at the moment, like reflecting back in the book, it was for me personally, it was good because I was able to see things from a different perspective, with a different, like with different eyes, like with my ears, with my like hearing things more, and just different. So it just gave me a positive outlook of things. Like, yeah, so it was, I don't know, I think in a sense, it like that's a different part of my life that shaped me from seeing things that I saw and then going to not seeing anything anymore, but at the same time, seeing things from a different perspective, like hearing, like listening to what someone is saying, actually understanding what they're saying, and not just looking at them like from like a physical point of view, but from like a internal point of view, like understanding someone's heart, and be able to um, I don't know, like speak to them or listen to them sharing, and not just being blinded, in a sense, if I can use that word, by their physical experience or physical appearance. So
Well, thank you so much for sharing your sacrifice as a young child growing up in war-torn places in Africa. Because if you mentioned you've been to several countries, correct, in Africa. You were born in. Remind us again.
yeah, I was born in Liberia and I lived,
Liberia, but then you then
yeah,
moved to different refugee
Sierra
camps.
Leone and Guinea. Yes. Mhm.
Okay. Um, so how has the experience of what you remember seeing impacted the way you wanted us to see your world in this book? Because as an author, I'm sure you want us to visualize, your world. So how has the different countries that you've traveled to in such a very young time, seeing so much devastation, impacted what you're envisioning us to see?
Yeah, like I think one of the biggest takeaway I want people to see is to put themselves in each situation that is highlighted in the book or that is in the book, to try to visualize things as I explain, as they're going to pictualize it, to look out of the window and to see that, yes, you as a reader might be struggling with something or might, but to understand, it's good to express your struggle, but at the same time to not pity yourself, but to understand that other people were going through worse than you. So that's one of the biggest things I want you to take from that. And also within that struggle to understand, there's something, you can make something beautiful out of that. You can shape that narration to how you want your life to be. So
Thank you. That was a very powerful statement. And thank you for sharing your world with us and inspiring us to see things through a different perspective. And really quickly before we leave, could you please just tell us where we can find your book and more information about you so we can travel with you on your journey?
yeah, absolutely. Right now my book is on Amazon. So any of the Amazon platform like Kindle or Amazon.com or Create Space, you can find it on there. And then also I am on Twitter a lot. So if you're interested, you can follow me on there to see my current work in progress and release dates and etc. So
Well, thank you so much for the time. We're very honored to have met you. Keep up the great work, and we look forward to seeing your beauty and your story through your words.
yeah, thanks for
Thank
having
you,
me. I
Osman.
appreciate it. No problem. Thank you.